Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Apps Every Day, and today we're talking about another awesome update in iOS 14. So today we're specifically talking about how the Voice Memo app has been updated, beautiful new design, and a couple cool really features. A couple really cool features. All right, so when you load it up, it doesn't look that different. This is pretty similar. It's a very simple interface where you just have a list of all your recordings. Hit the back button, you can see some recently deleted. You have the edit button still. You can select a bunch, move them, delete them, put them into folders, whatever it is you want. And then you still have that good old button here at the bottom. Now, if I start recording, you can see that the auto waveform, I just love this interface. I can tap on the title and immediately change it to Apps Every Day or whatever it is. And while I'm recording, I can actually make it smaller screen or I can make it fuller screen. I really like this interface, kind of this whole screen layout. And again, the buttons are incredibly simple. You can see your runtime, you can see the waveforms, and right now I'm just trying to talk a couple more seconds so I can demonstrate the other features. 30 seconds sounds about good. So now I can actually hit pause. And if I just need to take a break, maybe you're doing an interview and you just need to pause, but now I could hit resume and it's going to leave right where I left off, and I don't have to come up with a whole new file. I can keep everything in one place. Now if I hit done, if I hit pause and then I hit done, you can see that this is what normally did. It went back to the main screen and now you can just listen to it, right? But now those three little dots, of course, I can share, I can duplicate if I want to make a certain edit. That's really useful if, let's say, you recorded an entire podcast and now you want to give like a 10-second teaser from like one really cool section. You could hit duplicate and then edit it down, create that. I'm going to show you that in a second. But I'm going to go into edit recording. Again, it's going to bring up that same interface. Now, let's say there was something that I messed up on somewhere here in the middle. I can hit replace and it's essentially going to start overwriting right from that spot. I can talk for as long as I need to and then just hit pause and it's going to blend it in right then and there. Of course, you can go fast forward 15 seconds, whatever. You can listen to it. Now you have a new thing at the top left, kind of like with photos, you have a magic fix. This essentially, by tapping that, you can see it highlights and you can listen to it in real time as you're playing, turning it on and off to see how it changes the audio. Essentially what it's doing is kind of like what I do, a very basic version of what I do to this audio. I'm using obviously like a $500 mic, so it's always going to sound better than this. However, this is going to bring down a little bit of noise reduction. The AC is going on right now, so this is picking that up. And then it also is taking my voice and making it a little bit more crispy. Again, I do the same thing on this, like for a second. Here's kind of just the natural audio. Hey, this is the natural audio. This is how this mic sounds with no editing. Obviously, again, it still sounds better than the natural audio from this. And then here we go. This is back with the editing. A little bit of noise reduction, a little bit of dialogue processor, and a little bit of changing the higher frequencies to sound a little more crispy. So this essentially is doing a more basic version of that. Now you can also hit this like crop tool or trim tool in the top right. So now I can see the timeline of everything. And again, I can trim this down and I can either choose to delete this section if you want to totally cut it out, or you can trim for that section to be the only. So I love having both of those options. Again, if this was like a 1 hour podcast or something, I could have duplicated that. I could go in here and I could be like, oh, I just like this section to be a little teaser. And then now I can hit save and hit done. And so now you can see it's only 4 seconds. So the only thing to keep in mind with this is, unlike some photo editing programs that always kind of in the background keeps a raw version, if I go back to edit recording and then crop, you can see that it truly is shortened and I can't get that back. So make sure that you duplicate from the original file. Even if you think you don't need it, you don't want to delete a section or trim it down to another section and then be like, oh, I really wish I had that other part or whatever of the recording. So always duplicate if you're going to mess with the trim feature. That's just my personal recommendation. But yeah, everything else is going to be the same. Of course, you can go in, share this, favorite it, do whatever you want. But that's a pretty cool update to the voice memo app in iOS 14. Check it out this fall or join the public beta in the description down below. See you guys next week for another Apps Every Day.